Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Taurus. If Taurus is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Let's see what these tea leaves have to say. Okay. Hello, Pudgy. He's come to take a look. Sir, I'm not going to hold you. Okay, come down here. Come on. Come down. Come on. Come on. Thank you. All the way down. Thank you. All right. So, our card for tonight is the Ten of Wands, okay? And this is related to kind of the concept of oppression. There's maybe a sense of overload, stress, a lot of urgent tasks, and urgent task among many tasks, just really fighting to get things finished, okay? And we'll see, I'm gonna turn this a little bit and then we're gonna see kind of how this relates. Okay. All right, so let's see. So we do have an hourglass right up here. And where did this go? Right here. We have a bit of an hourglass right here. Okay. And this is kind of in a spiritual zone, metaphysical, kind of your higher thinking, your guardian angel, your relationship with the divine. And I feel like there's a feeling of like kind of tapping on the watch, right? Like get things going. I feel like this is kind of almost borderline on an existential kind of dread feeling. Like, you know, I don't know how to accomplish these things that I feel like I'm supposed to. I don't know what that means. What does that mean for my life? What does my life mean if I don't do these things? You know, the main ones that come to mind, and these don't have to be them, but these are the kind of big worries, you know, going to college, right? Getting a good job in an industry that is lucrative, growing, there's longevity or room for growth, getting married, having children, buying a house, you know, all these kind of retiring, traveling, you know, these are kind of the, at least in the Western world, markers of success or having, you know, a quote-unquote good life, whatever that means. So I feel like these are kind of some of the, within the realm of thoughts that maybe are going through your mind, and you feel that, you know, maybe you're being pressured by family, maybe a significant other, maybe just yourself. Maybe you just really are looking, I mean, listen, we live in a world of falsehoods. We live in a world where social media really makes it seem like everyone is out there, you know, thriving 24 hours a day. You know, most of us, I am included in this, of course, we curate our lives, our personal lives, to look like they're better than they are. And, you know, we don't post the worst moments of our life. Some of us don't, you know what I mean? Like, I have at points, of course, we all have had those moments, but, you know, as I've gotten older, I'm more careful. I don't think I necessarily post things that are, you know, super glorified, but, you know, I can see where sometimes I look at other people's social media and I think, wow, they really have it together. They know what they're doing. And then, you know, you might cross paths with them at the grocery store and you're like, wow, that's, they're really on something completely different. So we live in a world where we are pressured to meet these standards that are so unrealistic. They are just made up. I mean, they're just really made up, right? It's a lot of it is just fake. So let's see what else is going on here. And I keep, I feel like this one, it looks like a person standing. It feels like there's some kind of creature, like kind of attacking its head. And then when we turn it this way, it looks like this thing is like dragging this person away by the hair. And I really think that because this is in this emotional zone on the side of the cup here, has so much to do with the kind of monsters we create in our mind. These intrusive thoughts, although that's a little different just because I guess an intrusive thought is more something that is out of our control. This is something that arises from trauma, pain, conditioning, something from deep within our psyche, and there's no kind of stopping it, this thought coming into mind. But it's not unlike that. I think it's negative self-talk, right? Getting very wrapped up in our anxieties about the world, about ourselves, our self-image. You know, there are so many, I mean, there are just so many things to feel, you know, I guess shame about, or feel like you need to worry because you haven't met these certain, you know, markers. You know, I mean, I see things within younger people that I know where it's like they are 25 years old and they don't, you know, oh, I don't have my life together yet. I don't own a house yet. Well, I mean, you know, listen, I'm a millennial, so I know that that's is very unrealistic for most people, but it still, for some reason, is this story that we kind of tell each other that, you know, you haven't done enough yet. You're supposed to have more. You're supposed to know what you're doing. You're supposed to have it all figured out. And especially, you know, when you're on the younger, under 35 or whatever, that's ridiculous in my mind. Even, you know, I feel like there's a few years there where you feel like, oh yeah, I'm getting this together. And then you get, you know, to 40, 45, 50, and it's like, you know, that like it's all BS again. Like it's just, you know, we just grow at our own paces. There is no real standard for things. I mean, it's all made up. It really is. And so I think it's easy to fall into these oppressive cycles where we are just dragging ourselves around. Nobody even needs to come down on us about anything. We can be our own worst critic, you know, bully. I think that, you know, that is not uncommon at all. So what do we do? You know, what do we do about this? I think that, you know, of course, and you'll probably roll your eyes if you've watched any of my other readings. I talk about therapy a lot, you know, group support, support groups, therapy, counseling. If you're privileged enough to have insurance that will allow you to have therapy, or if you can afford it, right? Or you have resources in your area. It's very hard to find therapy right now for a lot of people. So if you have access, you're lucky, and you should take advantage of it if you can. Okay. If not, there are things, and you're going to think that I'm always talking about things like Reddit, but I do think like a place like Reddit, if you know how to responsibly make yourself anonymous and you feel comfortable, you can find communities on there, subreddits, forums, where people that are having similar problems can, go and discuss. I think that there's a lot of support within, not feeling like you're the only person going through these things. That being said, you have to be careful, because there's always going to be people saying out their stuff, always people that are, just in there to, troll or whatever. And so, be discerning about things like, Reddit or whatever. So, I think finding your community anyways, or finding, communities of people who have similar issues arising. And then let's see. I see, and I'm looking at this one. I love it because it looks like a person kind of with a parachute here. And, and I see, Pudgy, you just really won't give up, will you? I see kind of this, okay, come down here, please. My thinking is this. Okay, I'm reading for Taurus, and I know Taurus, you all are a group of people that have a lot of, what's the right word? A lot of emotions, but you're very creative, very intelligent, very in your heads about things, but you also have the ability to cross a lot of that stuff over into, making something of it. I think that you put a lot of your feelings to work, and, I feel like some of the best artists okay, I gotta get this. Okay, sorry. I had to have my husband come assist me. Shout out to Dove and Paul, my husband, over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you watch both of us, thank you so much. If you have not seen his tarot readings, go over there. Anyways, he came and helped me with the cat, so I could get on with my reading. So anyways, I'm looking at this one with the parachute, the person holding the parachute. And I was saying that that Tauruses are so creative. Emotional beings, right? Definitely deep thinkers. And just some of the best artists I've ever met in my life. That's what I was saying. Are Tauruses, right? Or were. And I think that, this is kind of your superpower, is that you can transmute these feelings, these anxieties that you might be having, into something productive, okay? Innovative, beautiful, insightful, whatever it is. You will not you will not waste these feelings. So I think that a big part of what is maybe happening as well is some mismanagement of time. And I think that this has to do with a lot of things going on. Everything feels very urgent and overwhelming. And I think that, there's a little bit of chaos in this cup here. I also think that I'm seeing all these little knives around, okay? And I think cutting some things out that are not a priority right now, maybe even, sitting down, making a schedule, making a list of all of the things that need to get done, right? and then putting them on the calendar, but also cutting out the stuff that is not super necessary. Of course, there are things you have to make time for: passion, interests, hobbies, hopefully some leisure if you can fit that in somewhere. But you know, just during this time anyways, where you're feeling stressed out, and I think that is manifesting in these kind of higher thinking problems, these like I said, the kind of what is existential problems. I'm losing it. That cat got me all wound up. He was just going in circles, knocking stuff over. So anyways, I think that doing some time management stuff, that is very helpful. Another kind of Taurus trait is that you all are wonderful at doing things, but some time blindness maybe arises. Also, I think that you can get so hyper focused on certain things that you want to do versus like things that you don't want to do, or you find tedious. You might get burnt out because you're putting so much energy into just a couple things that the other things really get further and further away from getting done. Okay, so I think just kind of trying to force yourself into really abiding a routine as much as you can, and as much as that, you know, makes sense to your lifestyle. The other thing I'm looking at is we have, and I want to get this just right so we can see. We have a person who is standing next to a tree, and it looks like there's a little dog kind of at their foot. And so I really am taking this quite literally. I feel like you need to definitely be outside where you can. Finding the time to literally go to the park, go to the forest, go on a hike. If you have an animal, or, you know, can be around somebody's dog or cat or whatever, you know, spend some time with some animals, pet them, you know, listen to them, play with them, enjoy them, okay? And also get out in nature, do some intentional movement to whatever level you can, and, you know, just get some sunshine, get some, you know, clean air if you can. You know, I know that it's been difficult with, in the U.S. anyways, it's been difficult with there have been a lot of fires up north, and, you know, the air has been on and off just hard to be in. And I know there's a lot of heat waves and things going on. I mean, it's just, you know, always something going on. But where you can, when there is a little bit of time to be able to get out there, go and do that. Okay, just kind of treat yourself to a little walk in the park. Okay, let's see. I keep seeing these eyes too. The eyes, the eye. So I feel like there is, with the oppression, kind of energy of the Ten of Wands and just the reading in general, I feel like not only are you kind of, you know, coming down on yourself, but I feel like you're being, you know, there's the kind of, not the evil eye on you, but at least the judgy eye, right? Somebody is really watching what you're doing. And, you know, I think usually you don't care what people think. You're not super interested in people kind of really paying too much attention to you in a negative or critical way, right? But I think that because of just the way that you've been feeling, this maybe is a little more sensitive. So I think that, you know, there could be even like taking a brief like social media detox type of thing. You know, just kind of not interacting with people who aren't super important to your direct life. And, you know, just doing some cleansing stuff. Even, you know, if you have a talisman, you know, I think that something like the evil eye talisman could help. But I think more than anything, it's just, you know, limiting access to you directly. You don't need people, you know, telling you what they think where their thoughts are not important, right? So setting that kind of energy and tone as well. Okay. And I see a little heart. I see somebody with their hands up. I feel like this is such a little blip. Okay, things are gonna, by like next week, you're gonna be maybe in love, you're gonna be dancing. The solstice is coming, either the winter in the south or the summer in the north. You're gonna be just enjoying yourself. Okay, this is gonna be in your rear view mirror. Don't worry about it. Just do some of the things if you can that we talked about, and you know, pay everything else no mind. Everything will be as it should, right? So anyways, I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. I am always so honored to be able to bring these messages to you. It is such a privilege. You know, if you would be so kind as to like the video, it's helping us as a community here at the channel get in the algorithm, and we are growing, we are growing, we are growing. If you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell icon when you subscribe. It'll let you know when the next videos come out. Every week, I read every sign once. And so Taurus will be in another 7 days. In the meantime, you can watch your other placements, your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising, Venus. You can do some cross watching. And what's the other thing? Oh, yes, you can leave a comment if you so choose. And I read all of them, and I appreciate all of them. Some of you are so sweet. Some of you are so vulnerable and so generous with sharing your stories, your achievements, your hurts, how you resonate with the readings, the things that you see in the leaves. I love it all. I love, you know, of course, if it's something very sad, it touches my heart deeply. And, you know, I feel like I've really connected with some of you, and I really honestly appreciate it so much. And it's keeping me wanting to do these, really. So, anyways, I want to thank you, and we will speak again very soon.